Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be restoring some of my older wigs, hopefully restoring. So those of you that have been following me for a while know that Rebel was one of my favorite wigs, and I have two Rebels here, and one is a Petunia, I think, which Petunia is just like a longer version. So you can see that they they're pretty much had it. Very frizzy. The curls need some attention. So I haven't combed them out yet. But what I normally do before I wash my wigs is apply some Simply Stylin silk serum. But today I want to compare that to this Bambu silicone cream, which has mixed reviews out there in the wig community as far as fragrance. Some people really don't care for the fragrance. And, it's not the best. It's not overpowering. I'm very sensitive to fragrances. It's kind of like maybe a light, very light floral type of scent. And the Simply Styling Silk Serum to me smells a little bit like a baby powder, so a more pleasant scent. But some people have had good success with restoring or maintaining their wigs by using this. Usually they'll put it on the wig fibers except for the crown area, and then turn the wig inside out, put it in like a gallon Ziploc bag, leave it alone for 24 hours, and then wash it as normal. I did see a video where Beth's Best Hair had put it on just for a much shorter period of time, just on the tips of the fibers before she washed her wigs, and also had great success. So we're going to do the 24-hour method. We're going to do the maybe a couple hour method with the Bambu cream, and gonna try one with my usual Stylin Silk Serum. And I usually leave that on for about half an hour before I wash it. So I wash my wigs. Well, you should wash your wigs in cold water, first of all, so you're not applying heat to the fibers and you're not changing the shape of the fibers when you're washing them. But, excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. And then I just use a little Castile soap. I like to use lavender Castile soap. It's very mild. It does a great job. And just I let them soak in the soapy water for, half an hour or so, and then I rinse them with cold water and let them air dry. But before I do any of that, I'm just going to be combing out the wigs a little bit. The nape area, you can see here, is quite tangled, and the fibers are kind of sticking together. With my curly wigs, I just like to lightly comb them down. I will comb the top a little bit, kind of smooth it out, and then just a light combing on the outside, because I don't really want to break, unless I really want to break up those curls. But I have been known to do that with Nina, who has barrel curls, which I wanted to break up her curls. So just a light kind of picking the fibers. So, and the nape area, I will just take small sections at a time and comb through the fibers until there's no more tangles. Otherwise, if you're really like taking big sections at a time, or really pulling to get the tangles out, then you're going to end up making things worse, because these are just like plastic fibers or polyester fibers, and when you pull on it, it's going to spring back and look like a frizzy piece of string. So I try to be gentle. You know, eventually over time they do lengthen. The nape does lengthen a little bit and the curls do loosen, and if you have heat friendly fibers, then you can try to put the curls back in there. So I'm just going to do small sections at a time. I don't have much bathroom counter space here in the camper, but so I'm doing it on my bed. So she kind of looks better already, kind of a smoother thing, but she does need more moisture, I guess, to her. But so these fibers are not going to absorb the silicone serum or the bamboo cream. You're just kind of coating the fibers. And if you remember, when you first get a new wig, those fibers kind of have that coating on them, and eventually, you know, with wearing and washing, it does wear off over time, that new wig feel. So for maintenance, I usually just put some of this silicone serum. I'll put like a dime size area on the inside of my palm and just kind of rub them together and just kind of rub it on those fibers to get them coated. So I don't do that every day that I wear the wig, but maybe every third or fourth wear I will put some on there to reduce the friction or those fibers against your neck and your clothing, and that's where the frizziness comes from and the tangles. So I don't have much in this bottle, but I always have a spare one. So we're going to do the nape area, but we're also going to do all of the wig. And normally it's not recommended that you do, you know, right on top of the wig and the crown area. But I think this one needs intensive care. So we're going to do the whole wig today. We're going to break a rule or two. So we're just going to give them a good coating. And again, this just has a light fragrance. And there is a spray, a Simply Stylin silicone spray. And I had bought it one time and I didn't like it, but 2 or 3 months later, I got a notification from Amazon. They refunded my money because I guess, I don't know, there was a recall, or it wasn't made properly or something with the manufacturing of the batch that I had. So, because I've been very happy with the serum. Okay. So you can see she's starting to get some of her luster back. And hopefully the washing will help get some of these curls back in shape. Because otherwise, I'm not going to wear her and she's just going to be ready for the trash. Okay, just going to set her aside. And we're going to get another one ready. So I combed out this one. And we've got our bamboo cream here. And this one does have silicone in it. It also has vitamins E, C, Y, F. Oh, I'm reading the Spanish version. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, F. I've never heard of vitamin F. And it's got a couple different oils in there along with the silicone. And so it's really made for human hair, but and it says to leave it on for 3 or more minutes for human hair, but human hair will absorb the cream. So yeah, there's a bunch of like natural oils in there and a couple ingredients that can't really pronounce. But so it looks yellow, and I can't remember. I don't think it was yellow when I bought it, but it did freeze this winter because I had it in storage. And hopefully some of this fragrance will dissipate once you wash it, and it'll be a lighter fragrance. I don't know about you, but if I'm near someone that it just seems like they kind of poured the perfume on top of them, it really like catches my breath, and I don't feel like I can breathe deeply when I'm around fragrances like that. But I do have a lot of allergies, so okay, just being pretty generous with this. So I'm guessing the 24-hour one and the 2-hour Bambu cream one probably will be the same result, because like I said, these fibers are not absorbing it. We're just kind of coating the fibers to give them their luster back. And also with just daily maintenance, just spritzing with water kind of revitalizes the curls, brings the curls back. Okay. So she's also looking better already. So this will be our 2-hour one. Now we'll get this one. We'll get this poor girl combed out. Okay, we have this last one combed out, and we're going to give her the same treatment, except we're gonna put her in a Ziploc bag when we're done. So those of you that don't know, my husband and I moved last fall to a beautiful piece of land that we're going to be building on. So right now, and this winter, we have been living in a camper. So it's been a little challenging, to say the least. But, you know, we're kind of limited on space for things, and sometimes you have to think outside of the box. It's already kind of giving her a refresh. So I'm very curious to see how our little experiment turns out. So we're going to turn her inside out before we put her in the Ziploc bag. Okay. She's going to sit here for 24 hours, and then we'll get her washed up. So I'll bring you back when I'm washing the wigs, if you want to see that process. The wigs have been washed and our experiment results are ready to be seen. So the first one that we did in just the silicone Stylin silk serum still has some fuzziness on the top, but we did get a little more definition with the curls. And this is the Bambu cream one that we just let sit for a couple hours with the cream on and then washed it from there. And this is the one that sat in the Ziploc bag overnight with the Bambu cream. And I think we're seeing a much bigger difference. You know, there's still a little fuzziness. I did wear these a lot, but I think we have more definition with the curls. And the fragrance is much lighter now that it's been washed, and it really is just like a very light floral fragrance. So just for comparison, this is one of my new Rebels. So this is 1426A, so the blonde is a little bit different, but you can see the brand new shininess of this one. And the curls definitely tighter in here, but they do loosen up over time with wearing, and I have added some rooting to all of my older ones. So let's try the one that sat in the Ziploc bag. Okay. So this I would feel comfortable wearing out. And I may have to rethink my maintenance methods for my curly wigs. And so I know that the Bambu cream is not for everyone, but if you don't mind a light floral scent, I think you'll be okay with this. So I want to know, do you have a method that works for you for maintaining your curly wigs or helping with the friction in the back here in the nape area? Curly wigs are a little bit different than straight wigs. At least straight wigs, you can use a hair straightener to straighten out the ends or steam the ends. And if you're good with a curling iron and curling your wigs, then yes, you can reshape some of these curls in the nape area to get the extra frizziness out. But I don't feel like this one is at that point. So we even got some definition of the curls in the nape area. And I think it's time to get some of my, or at least one of my Rebels back in circulation. So Rebel's been discontinued for about 1.5 years, and I had bought some extras when she was being discontinued. She's gonna be a cute little style for summer, lightweight. Well, I want to thank you for joining me today. Thanks for coming along on this experiment with me. Something that I wanted to try for a while, but haven't had time to do it. And before the summer craziness starts, I wanted to see how this silicone bamboo cream performed. And I'm happy with it. I think I would use it for a lot of my curly wigs, and might still use the silicone as a maintenance method for the friction back there, or I may use this. I feel more comfortable now that this has been washed out. Like I said, there are a couple ingredients in here that I can't pronounce. But there are also a lot of natural ingredients in here. So something that I look for when I'm using products, especially for my wigs. Well, I want to thank you for joining me today. Please like and share this video, and we will see you next time. Bye.